Let me just actually make sure. Yep, mic is up. Volume I think is good. I got the fan on in the background, so you know, whatever. Let's see. Yep, I'm in a party. Alrighty. I think all good. Okay. Lava, you know what this means. Yeah, I was just finishing up my setup. What's up, Ryu? Anyone else excited about One Piece Odyssey on Switch? I mean, to an extent. Like, I mean, it's cool that it's coming, but like, why? Before we start thrashing my hero. Alright. Oh god. Go to Genshin chat? And also, YouTube, anybody who rewatches this, which it's still crazy that people rewatch these streams, but like, just so y'all know, I am on Twitch. And what I'll do is, I'll do a little stream before I start on Twitch so people know. I will start doing that again because I've really just been over there chilling. Okay. What is this? Wait, is this an animated short? Wait, yeah. How long have we been waiting for one of these? That's crazy, actually. The animation is clean, also. Okay. Also, introducing a lot of new characters. I see. Oh, that's a dead. Wait, that's a dead spider? Well, that's interesting. Okay. What's up, PJ? Yeah, I'm still watching it. Rayleigh is definitely my favorite out of the pack. I like Garp. Okay, since you're going that way, I'll go this way. You should be near the peak now. Oh wait, hold on. Hold on, this animation? Wait, are we even... Is this a fight scene? Hold on. With Hidden Resolve and the skill that restores stamina with launch attacks, he can basically just spam moves like Virgil and Devil May Cry, which is crazy. Like, low key, we really got two Virgils in the game. First, it was Okiku, and now it's Rayleigh. Okay, okay, okay. Okay, okay, wait, hold on, this is fire. Huh. What's up, Raquel? How you doing? This woman with the long pink hair is... Krukabella? What's that? A Harbinger. Oh, okay. We got Girl Virgil and Pirate Obi-Wan. Wow. Okay, okay. Wait, so this is what all the budget has been going towards? Bro, I've been looking. I've been enjoying the fight. Hold on. Where am I in the video? Oh. I'm. They just ended the fight. Yeah, they just ended the fight. I'm... So this is like 5:24? 5:24. Bro, she got smoked. And it was not fair either. Bro, legit got played. Look at her sitting there. She did kill a Harbinger. That is a feat on its own. And also, that big explosion? Yeesh. Oh, this guy's cool. Oh, she became a harbinger. He's on the far right. Oh, I see him. I see him, yeah. Alright, now we see a poor girl who got patted on the head. I will raise you as my own child. Oh, yeah, that's her. Okay, so that means this character. Wait, is this character coming out soon? PJ, how you been, man? What you been up to? Raquel, how have you been? How have been the Genshin streams slash um, Grand Blue Fantasy relink? Next week she's coming. Okay. So, where's the anime, Genshin? Good. Glad you're doing good, man. They've never done this for a character before, which is crazy. Because you'd think it'd be for like other big characters as well. Been good? I'm glad you've been good, Raquel. Still on the Grand Blue grind, as you should. I am, but I just haven't streamed it. I should stream the grind. Also, what's up? Yo, what's up, Usher? I like the detail that Cappuccino calls her father because she's completely opposed to the ideals of her mother. That's cool. How you been, Usher? What's been up? So, in a few minutes, if anybody is a fan of My Hero and you don't like people talking bad about it, you gotta leave. I'm warning you now because it's been way too long. So I'm gonna give you a few minutes before we get into this. Scaramouche. Yes, his fit was. I mean, it was something. I'm fine, always here. Look, I'm just letting you know. It's been way too long, all right? Oh my god, the combo was so cool. I'm gonna do some work, then I'm gonna join the party. Yes, and look, I'm just letting y'all know If you're a My Hero fan and you don't like people talking bad about your series, you just gotta leave. All right? Because not only have the My Hero fans been going crazy, but My Hero itself has been making some decisions that are not okay. How did someone take this over again? How many times do I gotta take this over, bruh? I haven't got past season 1 is because of the fan base? I mean, I, hmm, I mean, to an extent, yeah, it's okay, I guess. What did they do? I'll explain, McQuell. I'll explain. And I guess I will put a disclaimer. I am spoiling the shit out of My Hero. I don't care. I need to talk about this because honestly, an anime hasn't made me this pissed. Which is crazy because of what they did to, of what Naruto did to Madara, of what Squad Zero had to go through. Like there are many things that I dislike about certain anime, even One Piece, because Ace is stupid. But at the same time, I love Ace. But god damn it. But My Hero is a different type of stupid. And I'll explain. I'll explain. And especially once Lava gets in here, we're really gonna have a great time. Yeah, exactly. A yo daddy joke. Bro. Okay, you know what? I just need to talk about this fuck. Alright, first off, Ace is a cool character. We can all agree on this. Like, he's cool. His aesthetic, his fit, it's all cool. Even the way he uses his devil fruit is cool. All he needed to do was leave. Literally, Whitebeard, his whole crew, and Luffy did everything in their power to get him out. And they succeeded. Like, nothing, both sides, there weren't that many losses. I mean, obviously, when it comes to, like, important characters. Because at the end of it, for sure, Whitebeard was gonna die. We all knew. Because this dude was taking everything and still dishing out attacks that level the entire place. But he had to hold back because all they needed to do was get Ace. Bro, honestly, Whitebeard could have lived. Everybody could have lived. If Ace just didn't listen to Akainu. And the thing is, you cannot even fault Akainu. He is just doing his job. Don't get me wrong. Fuck Akainu for what he did, but at the same time, from his perspective and the Marines' perspective, I mean, he just killed a pirate. He did what he was supposed to do. Ace is the dumb one. Because all he needed to do was just not feed into it. That's all he needed to do. All. Luffy wouldn't have the scar and the trauma if it wasn't for this fuck. Marco wouldn't have lost so many of his family. First Thatch, then Ace, then Whitebeard. Like, come on, man. Marco has lost a lot. What's up, Dark Shinobi? How are you doing? Hurt people hurt people. Exactly. Exactly. And you know what? It didn't even just know. Marine Ford wouldn't even be here if this motherfucker Ace did not try to go for Blackbeard. Everybody was telling him don't pull up on Blackbeard because he shook Shanks, and Shanks is a Yonko. If you can shake a Yonko, if you can hit and run a Yonko without any like without getting hurt, you know they're an issue. And then he has a devil fruit that counters other devil fruits. Exactly. Shanks was trying to talk sense to both Ace and Whitebeard. I mean, Whitebeard, look, you can't talk sense into Whitebeard. And the reason for that, bro has a mustache and calls himself Whitebeard and nobody checks him for it. If he can get away with that, you can't talk sense into it. First off, Ace should have never like tried to jump or go for Blackbeard, because first off, look at how fat this dude is. Look at him. He doesn't have teeth. He's a real pirate. How many pirates in One Piece are missing teeth? Look, if a person is missing teeth and they shook a Yonko, one of the highest pirates in the pirate like ranking, you know they're an issue. I'm not messing with anybody who is missing half their teeth. Oh, you know what? Even though he is my favorite character, why didn't you suck up all the water and blood from your body so you wouldn't get hurt? What the fuck is wrong with you? Sorry. Every time I think about it, like, Crocodile has shown that he can absorb all the moisture and liquid. He can dry it up. Why didn't he just do that in the fight with Luffy? He literally should have won. And we all do it. This man Crocodile beat him 2 times. Like, really, all this man needed to do was grab Luffy once, suck him up, and leave. Because they were, in the last fight, they were literally underground. The place is collapsing around them. Why did he not just grab Luffy, suck him up so he's literally dry, leave him there while the debris is coming down? Like, this man Crocodile is stupid. Which is crazy because he's one of the he's definitely a smart character, but he was stupid in that sense. And then this man is trying to freaking fight Whitebeard. You know what's also dumb? People saying Law could teleport Ace and end Marineford. Even after what we know about hockey? Now, here's another thing about that, Usher. Because the people who are saying that forget to realize that that would mean Akainu would have had to literally try and kill Law and Ace. he would have to try and kill Law. Think about that. Law is being smart about it. And trying just to get in, get out without losing people. Because for sure, Akainu is killing everybody but Law in his crew. Think about that. He was too busy tweaking about finding out Pluto. Exactly. Like, Crocodile, don't get me wrong, you are my favorite character. One of my favorite devil fruits. I love everything about Crocodile, but man, he's so fucking stupid. I wonder why Shanks didn't go after Blackbeard during the time skip if he knew how dangerous he was. You know, he was probably watching the feed and was like, "Wait, he got two devil fruits?" I mean, I'm a Yonko, but fuck, I don't know about that, bro. I mean, remember what Rayleigh said when he pulled up in Amazon Lily in current events. Even though he hates Blackbeard, he doubts in his current condition that he could beat Blackbeard, which is crazy. Because remember how much hockey he was showing up, showing up with. I can't see a Seraphim catching Shanks lacking. Nah, honestly, I doubt a Seraphim can beat a Yonka. But I will say that once the Seraphim grow up and they become like the same age as the other warlords, Seraphim Mihawk might be an issue. High key. No, if Blackbeard wasn't scared, he could have beat Rayleigh. High key. Now, the final boss of One Piece is something that everybody is trying to figure out. That is the number one thing that everyone wants to figure out. Who is going to be the final villain? Is it going to be a Kainu? Nope. I personally doubt it is. Is it going to be Blackbeard? He's definitely a contender. That's for sure. Is it gonna be one of the Yonko? Nah. Big Mom had a whole arc. Kaido had a whole arc. I doubt it. Buggy. Bro needs to learn hockey before he can call himself a Yonko. High key. And Mihawk is the final villain for Zoro. Realistically, the final villain has to be between Blackbeard and Imu. Honestly, I think it's going to be both of them. Because we already know Imu is looking at Blackbeard and Luffy the most. Like, he wants to get rid of those two especially. So, a three-way battle between those three could be crazy. And Blackbeard has already made moves. Yeah, Marineford on steroids. I believe it. Whole deal is, what is that, dude? I think it's a new race. I think he's definitely a new race, just like Kuma. Which, okay, how do y'all feel about Buccaneers, by the way? I feel like Buccaneers is a stupid name, but you know, the idea behind a Buccaneer makes sense. Yeah, what is the reason why he doesn't sleep? That is the question. Okay, so again, I am just waiting for lava to pull up, and we can discuss the tragedy that is current state of my hero. But for now, we could just talk about anime or whatever y'all want, really. I'm not gonna lie. I might just skip the anime when the Kuma flashback hits. Here's the thing, bro. Kuma flashback is top 5. I've been here. I heard one person say that Kuma's flashback is like one of the worst. I can't. I I just can't believe that. Kuma flashback has shown us so much, bro. We got rocks. We got a rocks crew flashback, and just know, Kuma and Odin have top 5 flashbacks for sure. Because before you say, "Oh, Odin," why are you saying Odin? We got we got Roger doing 2 attacks. Roger and Whitebeard clashed and fought. And oh, seeing that animated, oh my god, bro. We've been waiting for years. And also, we pretty much saw the One Piece. I mean, granted, we didn't literally see it, but we that's the closest we are getting. And then we got a Rocks crew flashback in Kuma's, and how he got his devil fruit. Jeez, man. Blackbeard flashback got a hit. Law's flashback is still the best though. You know, oh man. Yeah, it definitely is. It's got to be top 5. But what are the top 5 though? Cuz I'm putting Kuma and Odin in there. I'm talking no particular order. Kuma, Odin, Law, Robin. I think Robin's flashback, I think, is one that everybody says is one of the best when it comes to One Piece. But what would be the last? See, for me, it's a tie between Brook and Chopper. Cause before the time skip, Chopper was high key one of the actual threats on the Straw Hats. And his backstory was really good. Okay. And then Brooke, obviously. Also, there is one thing that I do have to also say about Kuma's flashback. Kuma is the best father in One Piece. And there's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. Like, him and Whitebeard are literally on the same level. Top 2. Oh, and also, Shiki's canon. When Kuma rocks at it. For real. For real. I need that. I need that too, bro. And it will be glorious. Wait, will this kill both? Well, it killed one. Chopper gotta be top 5? Bro, it's because Chopper's backstory is just so good. But I mean, talking about Straw Hat flashbacks is honestly a pretty touchy subject. Probably 5th place though. I mean, for sure, like, at least 2 of the Straw Hats can be top 5. Because I know people don't really talk about Sanji's backstory, but him and Zeph, like, just bringing that in alone, man. And then knowing what we do know about Sanji's family, too. All too much. Look, personally, I actually did like Sanji's Germa backstory. Something's up with Laphite. Bro, I want to know what his devil fruit is. Like, what are the full capabilities of his devil fruit? Because, you know, he's gotta have something crazy. Because looking at Blackbeard's crew, yo, what's up, Zero? How you doing? What if he doesn't even have one? If he doesn't have a devil fruit, what would he be? A Skypian? Because that would be the only one that would make sense on why he has wings. But if he's a Skypian, then that would mean Skypians can fly. Um, Gorosei. Oh my god. Gorosei are definitely up in the air for if they have a devil fruit. It can hypnotize people. Doing good, just playing Samurai Warriors 4. Wonderful. Are you enjoying it? If Oda somehow manages to make us feel bad about the Gorosei at some point, I don't think there's any way I can feel bad for them. Yep, it's a great game. Look at what he did to someone like Arlong. I mean, I still don't feel bad about Arlong. Because the way he was treating Nami, screw that, bro. That is a whole kid. Okay, so he's got that. I'm gonna handle these guys. Oh my god. Oh my god. Hey, hey, Zero, I get you, bro. Oh man, I'm so happy for this build. Help your teammate, bro. I was like, I kind of wanted to keep them alive so he could at least try. You know what? I'll put him to half health. How about that? Yeah. Okay, that. You know what? I don't think he's going for it. Okay. Yeah, he can deal with that. Oh, he did not want to fight Blackbeard. All right. That would be nice. I would actually like a callback because I want to know what Luffy and Zoro meant by it's not. He was talking like it's not him but them. Wait, I wonder, does that break guards in one hit? No. So it's like probably 4 hits. Probably 4 hits it can break guards. Blackbeard had 2 sisters. Oh gosh, you know how crazy that would be if he had two sisters that acted just like him. I want to see how much damage this can do. Just raw. Ah, my eye. Alright, you got this. He's got it, right? I think he's got it. Yeah, I think he's got it. He can do this. Okay. I'll finish. Imagine a devil fruit eating a devil fruit. So what would happen if someone ate that? I mean, technically that can happen. Who's to say it's not possible? So, a devil fruit eating a devil fruit. And then someone else eating that devil fruit. So, would that mean that that specific devil fruit just has two devil fruits off rip? And what I mean by that is, let's say the user of that devil fruit who ate the devil fruit that ate another devil fruit, let's say the user dies. Do both devil fruits just combine once the user dies and it becomes a whole new thing? Huh? What's wrong, Mom? I mean, as time progresses, we gotta find it. That's complicated. Yeah. But it does beg the question. Did you leave it in the car? I know it was in here. So it has to be, I don't know. Oda will do this at some point, I'm sure of it. If that's the case, what would be the devil fruit? Because technically, if a devil fruit ate a devil fruit, then that would mean that a devil fruit turned into a mythical zone? Or some type of, yeah, a mythical zone, some type of zone. Which would also mean that whatever that zone is gets a whole new power. Wait, actually, so that zone would have to be animated to eat a devil fruit. Well, that fruit would have to be animated to eat a devil fruit. Either it could be animated from something similar to like Big Mom's ability, like putting a soul into an object, and then they eat a devil fruit. they get a power. But what happens when you unanimate that object? They don't keep. Well, they keep the devil fruit, but technically, if you unanimate an object that is eaten in a devil fruit, it won't have the power anymore. This is not really possible anymore. But imagine Hito no Mi mythical type model Lunarian coupled with the Mare no Mi. I mean, I see why you said it's not really possible, but having a devil fruit that turns you into a Lunarian is technically possible. Oh, you put it on the wrong way. Yeah, it's. Oh. I'm gonna join in a sec. All right. Awaken Buggy and Awaken Blackbeard and go crazy. This is true. You know, another devil fruit that could be really cool, which I'm actually surprised Oda hasn't done, is I've been when I was working at a warehouse, I had this idea of a devil fruit that can turn an object into a mythical version of itself. But yeah, it would basically be like the mythical fruit, I guess would be the best way to put it. Time to give credit for the experiences I've had, the things I've done. Time to earn the recognition I deserve. Time to not just take classes, but time to take charge. Time to come back stronger than ever.
$129.
Wait, for the
Star Wars
base?
Outlaws.
Wait, for the base?
No, for the base game it's $69 or
Wait,
$70.
hold on, hold on. Let me see this. Play it again.
$69 for the base game, $109 for the gold edition, $129 for the ultimate edition.
Wait, why are they charging so much for a Star Wars game?
You know why? They want that Star Wars money.
But
It's Ubisoft, man.
man, shut up. I hate Ubisoft.
Information on how much they plan to charge for this product. And when I say
$69
it's
for the base game. Well, $69 to $65 for the base game. $108 for the deluxe edition, and for the full edition, it's $120. That's nah, that's way crazy. What kind?
One for you and 3 for your friends, delivering
That's crazy.
dozens of hours of unique addictive roguelike gameplay.
$65?
In return, they'll let you play Star Wars Outlaws 3 days early. They give you a season pass with absolutely no information on what that contains, as well as some cosmetics.
There's a
for
season pass for Star Wars Outlaws, but no information on the season pass.
$130 you can buy.
They haven't made a Star Wars Warriors game? Yo, I'd like that. Yo, a Star Wars Warriors game would kind of be crazy. I'd use Cad Bane. Well, I'd use Cad Bane and Cad Bane, Obi-Wan, and probably Lord Sidious.
Same goes for cosmetics in single-player games. It's a disappointing trend that Ubisoft.
But I will say, Star Wars Outlaws was something that I actually was interested in. But now knowing that the base game by itself is $65. Remember when good, the most we had to pay for good games was $60. Now they're just constantly raising the price on it. Anakin and Ahsoka. Oh yeah, Ahsoka will probably be my female pick. It's either her or Asajj Ventress.
And yet you are being asked to pay for this absolute nothingness, handing over your cash sight unseen, and if you don't comply, Ubisoft will punish you by denying you at least one or more story missions with the most important
That's
character that you
crazy.
can
That's
interact
actually
with.
crazy.
When you're telling
Grievous
a
is my
Star
main
Wars
though.
Star
Grievous would be
story,
fun in a
Jabba the
Warriors
Hutt.
game.
Now Ubisoft did confirm that this paywall
Bro,
content
he would
is
be.
not your only interaction with Jabba. Why the fuck is any of this being monetized in the first place? Backlash has been brutal, and it really takes me back to the good old days of 2018, when the great loot box war raged and Star Wars Battlefront 2 struck such a chord that the US Congress itself started to get involved. Just look at the reaction to the sequel trilogy for more on that. After EA taking a very commendable, no-bullshit approach to monetization in their recent Jedi games, it's disappointing to see Ubisoft pick up where EA left off. It's like they say, always two there are, a master and an
And I need to have the same.
I would love to
And I
offer
needed to
some
have the
advice
same
Ubisoft how to fix
energy.
this mess, but
Oh
everyone
yeah,
listen, because they already
yeah.
knew how we'd react to this stuff,
Also,
and they did it anyway.
Star
At this
Wars
point,
should
it's
really
us
make
making
more
all
animated
purchase
stuff.
decisions, and in that context, I would remind
Like,
you
don't
that
get me
Ubisoft
wrong,
is
Star Wars started out with,
discounting policies of
you
any
know,
publisher, and then within a few weeks or months, this game will be like
live
50%
action,
off,
but
cheaper than that
high
later on.
key,
So maybe that might be a better time to
Star
pick this
Wars
one up.
animated stuff was so
That
good.
wasn't the only bullshit that Ubisoft
The
got
party
up
is
to this
closed.
week, because
Open
while
it.
they're trying
Alright.
to charge you more for things you don't even
It's
own
time.
yet, they're also trying to take away from duo. I wish I was exaggerating, but I'm not. Months ago that Ubisoft were planning to delist their open world racing game The Crew, a game with a small but devoted fan base that includes the YouTuber Accursed Farms. He wasn't going to take Ubisoft shit lying down, so he began a campaign aiming to pressure governments into legislating against exactly what Ubisoft is doing here, selling you a game at full price and then taking the game away from you without offering you a full refund. His campaign is actually getting
Okay,
traction. I really
gotta
recommend checking out
find
this video
lava,
on the topic.
lava,
Ubisoft, though,
lava,
don't seem to
lava,
care, because
lava.
this week they've started yanking people's licenses to the game.
Jeez, when was the
You
last
see,
time I talked to
this
you?
is a
What?
very unnecessary double tap, since Ubisoft had already delisted the game and turned the servers off. A move like this seems almost cruel, and we can only guess why Ubisoft would take a step like this, given that ownership licenses are
Okay,
almost
there we go.
never revoked for inactive games. Games typically just sit dormant and unplayable in your digital libraries. Hopefully, a Curse of Farms campaign finds success, because game cancellations and delistings are all too common and only getting more common, so we need a permanent legislated solution. Speaking of delisting games, did you guys hear that Lawbreakers is coming back? For real, no bullshit, it's back and it's playable right now.
And not just animated stuff, cool, hyped animated stuff. That's facts. Yeah, I know. I'm sorry about that. How you doing,
Despite it being delisted back in 2018. Important to note that the developer, Boss Key Productions, was shuttered years ago, and Cliffy B does not own the rights to Lawbreakers. They are held by Nexon, who made it clear that they have no intention to revive this IP. We know that because Cliffy B has been publicly begging Nexon to do something with it for years now, and they haven't so much as liked the tweets. Lawbreakers was a great game that was undone in no small part by a terrifically bad marketing campaign, a campaign that Cliffy B himself spearheaded, and he was not a good ambassador for his product. The game tried to present as being for the
hold on. I'm gonna mute myself so you can see if you're heard.
Just months after launch. But, and this is an important part, they're doing it so they can bring the game back online in future after they rework it. Wayfinder was/is a third-person fantasy role-playing looter, not unlike Warframe, and that was one of the many reasons that Warframe developer Digital Extreme agreed to publish the title. Sadly, though, the launch was an absolute disaster, with the game being basically unplayable for days and tons of bugs ruining the experience. It was so bad that the player count immediately cratered and never recovered, which prompted Digital Extreme to jettison the game from their portfolio, while at the same time closing down their entire publishing operation. Airship Syndicate remained undeterred, though, vowing to continue work on the title. Now it seems as though they have bolder ambition than just minor fixes. They say that delisting it allows them to overhaul the game in a way that's, quote, consistent with our standard and beliefs, end quote. Bit of a cryptic statement, but they do specify that they're looking to adopt a new business model, so don't expect this one to be free to play when it comes back online. Those who bought the game already can still play it, by the way. Everybody else is locked out for now. I'll be sure to let you know when the title has been released. And speaking of relisting, Chinese players rejoice because that terrifying era of going outside and living an actual life, that is over. NetEase and Blizzard have patched up their messy divorce, and as a result, Blizzard titles including World of Warcraft are back on the menu. The previous partnership ran for 14 years before the two entities couldn't come to terms, resulting in much outrage on the part of Chinese players no longer able to access the account that
I think it's one of your settings that you need to check.
So bad that people were destroying a giant Gorehouse sculpture that sat outside NetEase's office. That's messed up, man, but also kind of metal. I'm pretty torn on this one, not gonna lie. Either way, the new deal is between NetEase and Microsoft, and it should come into effect very soon. Microsoft
like party chat settings, voice chat settings, it would be one of those.
Alright, here comes some super disappointing news. We ain't getting that Dead Space 2
let me mute myself so you can hear.
Yeah, let me pull up the stream again. So it is a setting. Let me just see. Okay, yeah, I'm good. Okay, they can hear me.
Perfecto.
I didn't know that was toggled off. I would have thought it would have been on, but whatever.
I'm pretty sure it's different for mobile.
Then again, like, I've been in other people's streams before that was either on StreamYard or in a game chat. So I guess when I got my PlayStation 4, that must have been off by default. Or not 4, 5.
Yeah. We don't normally comment on rumors, but there is no validity to this story, in quote.
So where do we begin?
That is the greatest question.
Because we're about to thrash my hero, but the funniest part is the fact that neither of us are really caught to it beyond seeing things happening here and there.
I think it's better that way. Because I'm not trying to
be honest, like, if we were trying to be thorough, I probably should have read up to where I missed, but that's like, I don't know, a couple hundred, not a couple hundred, that's an exaggeration. Like,
Yeah.
maybe like 30 chapters, 50, something like that. And I am not putting myself through that. So we're going to roast it anyway because we know of the things that happened even if we don't have the full context.
That is very true. So I just want to start out with saying, the My Hero community, I just want to get them out the way first. They have been going kind of crazy for no reason. Just starting to, they're honestly just starting shit for no reason.
I don't know. They've been getting pretty defensive, like
Yes.
super defensive. It feels like what Bleach fans kind of do, except like, to be fair, the Bleach fans were on hiatus for like 10 years. So even though I do think that they get a bit overboard, I can kind of understand it. But with the My Hero fans, I mean, how old is My Hero at this point? It came out in, no, 2015 was AOT, I think. My Hero was after that.
Yeah.
I can fact check. I can just pull up when the first opening came out, and that should give me a ballpark. MHA opening 1. That was 5 years ago. So,
Dang,
2019. Yeah, that sounds about right. Okay.
Dang.
Right at the start, yeah, because it was a spring, spring anime. That makes sense. So yeah, start of 2019. So
That's crazy.
It's literally 5 years old, like just a shade above 5 years old for the anime. Well, for the anime itself, for the manga. Okay, let me check when the manga came out. Actually, that would be more accurate. Like, I'm just trying to get like a gauge for like the fans in terms of this, because I already went on my tangent for Bleach, but like they had a whole 10-year hiatus from their anime, which is a completely different thing. As much as I do think Bleach fans get a bit defensive as well, they need to stop that a little bit. They're like, okay, I'm going on a tangent, but I just want to say for the Bleach fans out there who are complaining about everything, stop it. Get some help. Be happy that your anime is back instead of complaining about it, for fuck's sakes. Now, anyway,
hey, talk your stuff. Talk your stuff. Yeah, like that.
But back to My Hero. Okay, when did Chapter 1 come out? Because I got into it via the anime, so I don't know. Okay, then again, most people did. So for like I will say I'd imagine that, I mean, I don't know how many chapters must have been out by the time the anime released. I'm not gonna cross check that because I'm lazy, but My Hero started in July of 2014. So it was in serialization for about 5-ish years before episode 1 of the anime. And I never really heard anything in particular. I mean, I don't hear much about many mangas before they're turned into an anime. Like, very few I like catch wind of like a manga that's been, catching some heat before it actually gets adapted. I think Chainsaw Man was one of them. My Hero was not. I only heard about it when it actually like came out. So overall, the series itself is over 10 years old. Well, not over. It's about to be 10 years old. But the anime is just a shade over 5. So, like, I don't really understand with these fans. Like, they have been not the anime, like, fans specifically. They've not been around for that long. And I don't really understand the obsessive defensiveness, I guess would be the best way to put it. Like, I don't really know how to explain it. There are so many things wrong with that freaking fan base. Like, what would be a good place to like pick apart that?
We got to start with the shippers. The shippers are the biggest.
For fuck's sakes, the shippers. I'm
bro.
dying from cringe just thinking about it.
I know, I know. Me too. Cause
Like, okay, blanket statement. Even though I think that's a lot of shipping is kind of just stupid and weird, and this goes for any anime. If you're not being like, what would be the word? Overbearing. That's the word. If you're just doing it for shits and giggles, like, oh, you just think it's cool as long as it's not weird. Like, we know the one leg. We know that one. But
there's way too many of
but
them. That's the problem.
but I like as if they're doing it just for the fun of it and it's not a really weird ship, then I don't really have any problems with it. But I swear to God, I don't know what it is with the My Hero fan base specifically, but it just seems like every single one of them just wants to shove their own ships down everyone's throat until they agree that their ship is like canon when it's not even. Like I don't understand, man. I
Okay,
just don't.
real quick, what went wrong? What went wrong with My Hero and Hunter x Hunter shipping compared to other anime? Wait, Hunter x Hunter.
Wait, Hunter x Hunter. I've never
No,
heard anything about Hunter
we've
x
just been
Hunter
talking
shipping.
about
What?
My Hero. Hunter x Hunter is not in
No, I
this.
mean your question's still valid, but that's a new one to me. What the
Yeah.
hell happened with Hunter
Wait,
x Hunter?
did Hunter x Hunter have? Look, I swear to God, if I see Gon and Hisoka fan fiction, I'm gonna be pissed.
I knew that was the first thing that must have went through your head and mine. Even though I haven't watched Hunter x Hunter, I know. So I hope that that's not the case.
But
Swear to God,
what went wrong with My Hero shipping? Um, they just started to ship anybody.
everyone, literally everyone with everything.
It's mostly this and Gon and Killua. Gon and Ew, they're both
I mean,
children.
well, beyond that, that's already weird in and of itself. But I mean, to say the least, that's happened in almost every show. Where
Sadly.
if there are two main characters, they usually are people who just ship them just because, not whether, well, yeah, whether or not it actually makes any logical sense, you know. But
Okay, but when it comes to My Hero, like the
I don't know
worst
when it
ones,
like I don't know when it really started to get overboard. I have to imagine it was probably
the Deku
you know
shippers.
what where it
It
had
had
to
to
have
be
been. It
Deku
had to have been probably starting from after the Nomu attack, I'd imagine, because that's where a lot of the characters were introduced in doing stuff, right?
Yeah.
Not all of them. I'd imagine it maybe started around there, and it probably got more overboard by the time we got to like. I'm trying to remember the arc order. It was the Nomu attack, Stain. No, it was the
Bro.
tournament. It was the
Yeah,
tournament.
it was the
Then,
tournament.
yeah,
The
it was
tournament.
the tournament. Then it was Stain, and
Because
then it was one all for one. I
because
think.
during the tournament, I think that was when the Deku X Todoroki shippers came out.
Oh yeah, actually, now that I think about it, it was probably the Nomu attack showed off some of the characters, but the tournament spotlighted a good chunk of them that didn't get much screen time in the Nomu attack. It was probably the tournament that set that off, I'd imagine. Now that I think about it, that makes the most sense.
And you know the worst part is that the the shippers themselves are not to blame, which is weird to say.
Or not what? I didn't hear that word, sorry.
The shippers are not to blame. It's My Hero itself. It doesn't do relationships.
Oh, well, actually, yeah. Considering the fact, not that I'm saying every single person in terms of like the students needs to be with somebody in the class, but I do find it somewhat peculiar, at least when it comes to like the start of the series, that like the only ones that were like, what? Wait, hold on.
Okay, as you go, I'll just keep going on. And what I mean by this is, My Hero itself is in a weird spot when it comes to like relationships. Most of the time in My Hero, relationships are the weirdest topic. And the main reason for that is because I don't even think people in My Hero know if they want to be in a relationship or not. Or they're just confused. Bro, shipping an adult with a child. The My Hero community is wild for doing that. And also, Uraraka. Is that her name? Uraraka? Or whatever her name is. Gravity Girl. She needs to figure out if she wants to be with them. How many? This has been going on since 2014. And you're telling me they haven't even, like, talked to each other about it? Like, no mention? No nothing? She was the only female love interest. And now I don't even know where this I don't even know where any part of the story at this point is going. Because My Hero at this point is just doing shit to do it. Some of them kind of make sense. I say kind of in quotations because even if it kind of makes sense, it doesn't mean that it's not still stupid. But shipping is definitely one of the bigger problems of just the community by itself. But when it comes to the anime, I don't know. They're just confused when it comes to relationships. I mean, I get it. It's a show about like teens getting powers and all that. It's just weird. It really is just weird. And then when it comes to like the heroes and villains, when it comes to both of those,
Okay, I'm back.
Oh, good. Yeah.
Okay, sorry. What were you saying now? I'll finish my statement in a second.
Oh no, you go ahead. Finish.
Okay, what was I saying? I know what I was saying. I find it weird that at least at the start of the series, the only like cliche as it is, the only like relationship that was even what will be the word? Uh, what's the word? Like, I guess implemented would be just Uraraka and Deku, and that was like literally it for like 100+ chapters or something.
We thought Uraraka and Deku were going to. They should have been together.
Also, the fact that neither of them, because again, they aren't even dating, which is the weird thing. Like, they're not even in a relationship. They're still in like, you can't even call it the flirtation phase because neither of them outwardly have flirted with each other either. Like, which is kind of also wild.
It's not even a flirting phase at this point.
Well, regardless, like that's the only one. So I feel like people kind of just, what would be the word, filled in the gaps because the source material didn't do it for them for like all of the other characters, but it just got way out of hand. Like I think that's like the best assessment of why that happened, I guess.
Okay, I agree.
Now, what were you saying? Because I didn't hear anything because I like left from my mic. So
okay, it was actually going to be a segue into the next thing. But before that, what I meant before is why out of the insane amount of mainstream anime, only a few ones like My Hero have these types of shippers. Because weirdos watch it. And you know, just know,
pretty much,
they're in One Piece. They're in the big three. Like, definitely
they
those
are,
types of shippers, but yeah, those types
I
of
never
shippers
hear
are
about
in
them
there because there are a small amount of them. Nope, nobody gives them the time of day. So
And also,
that's why you never hear about these.
that as well, but also, like, at least from my experience, like, I've never delved into this stuff, and I don't plan to actually, like, actively look for shippers and where they, like, talk, I guess would be the best way to put it. But when it comes to, like, Bleach and One Piece, like, I've heard some, but for the most part, they're relatively plausible or just, like, mid, I guess. Like, the weirder one is, like, One Piece, because there's literally zero romantic anything in One Piece when it comes to, like, the main cast,
I mean, the
besides
only one
two
is like
other characters that are
freaking
not in the Straw Hats.
Boa Hancock, but even
And
then,
Boa, excuse me, and
but
Boa.
even
I
then,
forgot for a second.
Luffy is a dude.
Mm-hmm.
Like he's a dude who just doesn't care.
Pretty much. I mean, to be honest, even though she didn't appear in the main story, and purely in terms of compatibility, I would put Luffy more with someone like Uta than Boa any day, to be honest. Beyond the fact that they already knew each other,
And also,
when they were kids.
Let's not forget, Boa is literally acting like a cougar.
It's true, because, like, again, Luffy is mature, but that age gap, not gap, that age difference is kind of crazy when you put it into perspective, you know?
Yeah. It's crazy. Now,
but we're getting sidetracked.
Oh, no. We're all good. Because
well, I
the
guess
next
not
thing,
sidetracked, but
the next thing is that, on the topic of my hero itself doesn't know how to do relationships.
It really doesn't.
My hero has a problem when it comes to characters itself. When it comes to heroes and villains. Which now, let's talk about the hero section. Where do we begin? I think All Might. Let's start with that dude. The number one, the upper echelon.
I guess we may as well. Now, where are we going with this with All Might specifically? In terms of good or bad?
Both. We could go both.
You know what?
Let's talk about the good.
Actually, let's talk about the good. Let's talk about the good and the fact that he he carried the entire show on his back, pretty much, like from the beginning. Like, let's just keep it an entire buck.
I will say this. This is a plus for All Might, but a minus for everyone else that is considered a hero. All Might did all of it by himself.
Yeah.
Like, think about it. All for One. Oh man, I can't wait to talk about All for One. But All for One is really trash when you think about it. He has all these powers, and yet All Might, who just has super strength and super jump, can do all. Has literally put a stop to all villainy just by himself. The other heroes don't even do shit.
Like, realistically, I actually don't really know how, like, not to throw shade, but I don't entirely not understand. Well, considering All Might, at least when the series started, I think he could only hero for, like, an hour? Did he say it was an hour? I think it was an hour. It's like he only really did hero work for like an hour before taking a break.
Yeah, definitely.
But like
the hour stuff.
But considering the fact that he was doing all that in the span of an hour, it kind of makes me question how the hell these other heroes even got to their positions, the positions they did, considering All Might was doing most of the heavy lifting. Like, it's kind of crazy.
Which is crazy because it was only for an hour. Only for an hour he was being a hero, and yet none of the other. And
nobody wanted to freaking what would be the word? Fuck around and find out with All Might around.
Exactly. Not even All for One, which is crazy.
Yeah, All for One wasn't about that. He had to make a whole new person with Shigaraki to do that one.
Man, I can't wait to talk about that. fucking. Oh, but
But when it comes to All Might, another negative, which is more tangible, I don't give a damn if it's about quote unquote subverting tropes, but I think that All Might has long overstayed his welcome, considering the fact that he stands around and does nothing, and like, I'm not saying I want him to die, but when he's not providing that much to the story, it just makes it more of a plot device than anything for maybe
nah,
some
nah,
exposition.
he needs to die. He needs to die.
like
Look,
like the only time where I would guess you'd say quote enjoyed All Might being on the sidelines was during Deku's vigilante arc, and that was kind of it. Like any other time, he just kind of felt
yep.
like why are you here?
And
Like
then, not to mention, he got a mech to give
an
him his
Iron Man
powers.
suit,
By the
like
way,
for real, for real.
if if people can do that and give this goes back to the literal start of My Hero when Deku asked All Might,
Do I need a quirk to be
"Yeah,
a
do you
hero?
need a quirk to be a hero? You don't need one."
Clearly not. Now that I think about it, that completely flies in the face of. Well, no, no. What really flies in the face of that message is not that. That technically supports the message. It's the fact that All Might gave Deku a quirk to begin with is what flew in the face of that message,
Yeah, which is
which
also a
we've
stupid
wagged on
thing.
about for a long time.
Like, if we're being real, Deku did not deserve it.
I wouldn't even say he didn't deserve it, but again, handing him a quirk, regardless of how strong it is, on a silver platter after saying you don't need a quirk to be a hero. Like again, probably one of my favorite moments in the series, just because of everything leading up to that point, and then it's just like, oh yeah, now you have a quirk, or like let me give you a quirk. It's just like what, like did you not just say 5 seconds ago that I didn't need one? Like what?
Exactly. It's just counterintuitive.
Like to be honest, it's really just what would be the word? It's really just a byproduct of the fact that with My Hero is like it's because like One Piece. I always bring up One Piece for this argument because obviously in One Piece, regular dudes in One Piece are built different. Like any regular schmegular guy can just become strong just if they train hard enough, and not like just like strong in the traditional sense. I'm talking like super strength, like I'm gonna freaking 1D like 300 an army or some shit type of strong, with like no powers whatsoever. And it's just like I feel like with My Hero, like the only reason that like I feel that the whole passing the quirk down thing was even necessary is really just the fact that in My Hero, they don't have, like, the humans in My Hero are not built like the humans in One Piece, where anybody could become super strong, like, surpass your limits type shit just by training. Like, no, like One Punch Man, for instance. That'd probably be the better example. Like, no. Like, in My Hero, like, the strongest people there that don't have quirks are probably relatively similar to the strongest people IRL. And that's the issue, because even the strongest person in the world today ain't competing with a super powered like villain. Like they just aren't. So it's just like I feel like it's more of a fault that the world of My Hero, for the most part at least, doesn't really, how shall we say, make it possible for someone realistically to become super strong without a quirk.
Yep.
Unless you're like Batman or some shit. Like that one dude in Vigilantes. I have not read Vigilantes. I do want to read Vigilantes because that is actually a decent manga from what I've heard and from what I've seen.
Vigilantes is It's worth it. It's worth it.
Yeah, I know like some things about like the characters. I know there's I think a Miracle backstory in Vigilantes, and that's kind of it. I don't know everything, so I am planning to read that at some point. But I do know the one dude. What is his name? Knuckle Duster, isn't it?
Yeah, Knuckle Duster.
He doesn't have a quirk. Correct me if I'm wrong, right?
He does not have a quirk. He is just
Yeah,
a dude.
like he's like the closest example to that, which is being a vigilante, in his case, without a quirk. But again, I'm certain it has its limits, right? Like you can only do so much with your own strength, being a normal human, and with gadgets, right? So it's just like it just doesn't work. Like I really feel like with My Hero, like considering the message, it really should have been a case where people can become like that powerful if they really train hard enough. But it's just that nobody really tries because it could have been a thing where really anybody in the My Hero world could become super powerful like those superheroes. But obviously, when you have superheroes left, right, and center flaunting their quirks, who would even really bother to try?
And
also, like that would have been interesting.
If you got a trash quirk, that
as well. When it comes to the people who do have it, like that's life.
Yeah, that's literally.
I don't want to be the dude that has a what would it be? Like a Febreze spray can as a freaking head.
I'm gonna say it.
Yeah.
Having a trash quirk is basically like dick size,
okay? Yeah. Pretty much. I mean, it's not really a debate. That is literally what it is.
If that's what you got, you just gotta hold that twin. I'm sorry.
like legitimately, like at least with that as well. Like it's already bad enough that like, in terms of the message of the story, there really was no way to make that work with the way that the My Hero world is, because regular humans just aren't built like that. But even for the people who have quirks, like, you could just be dealt a bad hand, bro. Like, and there's nothing you could do about it.
Like, imagine just having a tail.
And that's your power.
No, that's it.
Or that dude that has a block for a head, what's even his power? That he has a block for a head?
Yeah, and what is the dude with the manga face? What was his quirk?
That one is kind of cool, albeit weird. I forgot his name, but I mean, his is actually kind of interesting. If I recall correctly, he can make comic onomatopoeias actually real. So like an explosion onomatopoeia actually makes an explosion. Like that's actually kind of interesting. So, but like there are other quirks that are just straight up useless in terms of being a hero. Like Deku's mom, can't she like lift small objects? Like not even away from her. I think it's literally only towards her. Like, bruh.
Yeah, that's not helping anybody.
I mean, it's basically just Uraraka's quirk, but slightly ranged and also worse.
And you know, with like the other pro heroes, how in the world is Endeavor gonna be a hero? He's fired.
In terms of like after everything that's happened, or oh no, wait.
Because okay, in a realistic sense, you're a superhero. Your only power is fire.
Mm-hmm.
How do you do superhero work without like? In a realistic sense, what are you using your power for?
I mean, to be honest, I mean, obviously, I'm gonna assume he does use his fire quirk for actual attacks on a regular basis. Probably just not going too crazy with it, but that's kind of unrealistic. I mean, like, shoot a flamethrower of any, what would be the word, degree at somebody IRL and see what happens. Like, there's not really exactly much. I'd imagine in a realistic setting, it'd probably just be flying punches, you know, like just using force rather than fire. But My Hero isn't really trying to be realistic, so he's just shooting fire at people like on the daily basis for like the criminals.
Which is crazy, because think about how much danger you putting everyone around you in with that. if he could become a hero, was that like half the pro heroes also are just trash.
I mean, yeah. I mean, one of the
Which,
top 10 heroes is a washing machine.
which, I forgot. What?
So did I until just now because I was thinking about the top 10 and I was like, oh, right, he's in the top 10.
Like, yeah.
Like, I don't know, man. And also, like, we've already mentioned this before when it comes to the cast, but, like, it's not just this, like, what would it be? Class 1A, whose class is just way too bloated for its own sake in terms of, like, manga screen time. But the pro hero cast is also extremely bloated for no reason. There are too many of them that do fucking nothing.
Agreed. Agreed. Agreed.
Like, how about we start with Midnight, why don't we?
Oh yeah, Midnight.
Now look,
Trash.
now look, with Midnight, I'm not gonna say, like, again, the issue we've had with Midnight ever since she died is not like her actual character itself. It's more so the fact that within the actual, excuse me, story, like, she's played up to have had a huge impact because she died, which is not felt by the readers because we have zero attachment to this character besides, ooh, fan service. And secondly, because she fucking died off screen to some no-name villain. Like,
Oh
brother,
God.
how are we meant to feel
That was
anything
so
for that?
horrible, bro.
Like that's like the equivalent of wanting us to feel Bon Clay levels of sadness at her dying when she is not on that status at all. Like, I only bring up Bon Clay because even though he didn't die, we thought he died back then, but I'm using him as a comparison. We have actual attachment to that character, even though he supposedly died off screen, right? Like,
Oh.
and the people in the store, like, Luffy freaking broke down when Bon Clay sacrificed himself so that he could escape. Like, Midnight has no effect, I'd imagine, on 90% of the readers because she died. Besides, ooh, we're not going to see that fan service ever again. Like, bro.
And also, you know, not only was it not impactful, but I understand it was during a war, like the start of a war, right? But
Yeah.
you can at least show the emotion of like some of the characters from that person's death. Because
We got like one panel, which was decent, but it doesn't help that we don't care about this character like at all.
yeah. Now the thing is, I'm gonna compare her death to a character in One Piece that I don't think many people care about, but it was impactful to characters in the story. Let me just put Doflamingo on the screen for a second. I'm gonna talk about Monet.
Ah, really?
Because,
Interesting.
Because female character, and she had a death. Obviously, it was more than one panel, but yeah, she did die, and we saw the impact it had on Doflamingo, which also fed into, you know, it's leading up to Doflamingo becoming a main villain, but also showing that Doflamingo has a kind side and he actually cares about people.
To a degree, but you're not wrong.
Mean, yeah,
At the very least,
to
he cares. He cares to the point that he'll want to get back at somebody for messing with his crew to a degree, but he's also not so attached to his crew that he would be not willing to kill them on the spot if need be.
Exactly.
Like, it's kind of a weird thing, but that's just how Dofi is.
But I thought she would be the best one because, you know, female character, she pretty much was only there for one arc, but she did have importance to Doflamingo, and Doflamingo actually cared. But when it comes to Midnight, right? This is technically a pro hero. She's like what? Pro hero number.
I don't know. She's not in the top 10. I can tell you that much. Bro,
I
can you
don't.
imagine if
I
she
don't
somehow
even
was
think she's in the
10?
top 20. I think she's
I can
30.
look this up. Hold up.
Okay.
Wait.
I
If she
fell
has
for-
a number.
I fell for her as a kid. Monet? Hey.
I don't know if he's talking about Monet or Midnight. I'm assuming Monet.
Yeah, if you're talking about Monet, good choice. Good choice.
What's up, man?
Also, to be honest, I like Monet more as a character, but it's probably just because she's a villain and it's more interesting than anything Midnight's ever done. So,
Yeah, plus she was actually a threat because of Logan.
she almost freaking, like, 3-tapped Tashigi, bro.
Bro, for real. Also, her devil fruit is really good.
I swear to God, on a total tangent, I swear to God, if Oda ever actually, like, for real, no bullshit, does the thing that the fans have been calling for literal years with Monet's fruit, I'm gonna scream. Unironically.
That would be interesting.
Does not matter who gets the fruit. If he actually does it, I will scream if that ever happens. Unironically, because it's a Logia for one of the Straw Hats that's just instantly sick, no matter who gets it.
Man.
But regardless,
Okay. Now back to
she doesn't have a rank for Midnight. I looked it up. Or at least she doesn't have a confirmed rank. I don't see. If it was here, it would be at the top, and I don't see it.
Yo, what's up? What's up, Jack? How you doing? So, I guess we do also have to talk about the other pro heroes.
Should we start with some that have been done dirty?
Okay, let's. Hawks. We
have to talk about Hawks.
Up there?
bro. Hawks was everybody knows Hawks was the only reason I cared about my hero. He's
Yep.
the main reason I kept watching. And he died for no reason.
Literally no reason. Not even like in the sense, like, I don't even think he. Again, I did not read the chapter when it happened. I just saw what happened as it happened. So I don't even know if he actually did anything in the actual chapter. He may have been on the sidelines that entire chapter, and he just got freaking. He literally caught a stray in the freaking face, if that was the case. If he wasn't really doing anything in that chapter.
Bro,
when he died.
All that he did was recover from his injury. He gets up and he died.
Okay, I thought that was what happened because I don't know if, again, I was not reading. I don't know how injured he was. I'm gonna keep it a buck and assume that he probably didn't have any feathers left, or at least very few. So he probably was on the sidelines. He was probably on the sidelines out of necessity rather than because he didn't want to be there.
What
or
manga
that he
are
wanted
we
to be on the
talking
sidelines,
about?
but
We are talking about a little manga called My Hero Academia.
and how trash it is.
Like, I just need to get.
Or at the
this
very
out.
least, it's fall from grace, I shall say.
I won't lie. The good stuff in My Hero are pretty. Like they
The
hold.
good when My Hero's in its bag, we keep it an entire buck. It's in its bag. Like,
Oh, definitely.
let's not freaking tell ourselves otherwise.
Mhm. I agree with that. Definitely. Hawks had. I think Hawks and Mirko did the most out of all of the pro heroes besides All Might and Endeavor.
The only one that comes to mind that's close would be like Aizawa, but he's probably underneath just because he keeps getting clapped every time he tries to do something.
Bro, I can't give anything to Aizawa.
But yeah, Hawks and Mirko are probably the ones that have done the most. And I mean, Hawks just fucking died just out of nowhere, and it didn't even matter because All For One is still alive. And then fucking Mirko is literally one limb away from being an entire nugget. Like, I can't. I can't take it seriously anymore, bro.
Look, you and me both, bro. Because look,
Like your boy's dead, and my
bro, he
girl's
didn't
like
even need to
fucking
die.
struggling.
That's the part that makes all of it more BS. Is that he was one of the characters who didn't need to die at all. He could have just lived. But then,
I mean, there were literally about like 5 other people on that battlefield that should have already been 6 feet under and somehow didn't die. Meanwhile, Hawks on the sidelines dies for no reason. Dies of like fucking dies of from success. I don't know. Like,
yeah,
bro,
then
just
basically, yeah, he died from success for no reason. He could have lived. And like, of all the people to die, and I know I hate to bring up, Mirko, but how is it that Hawks died before her, especially in her condition? Because
oh no,
if we're
I'm gonna
being
keep it an
honest,
entire buck.
she should have
Like,
been dead.
like, bro, like I'm not gonna say that I want Mirago to die, 'cause she's one of my favorite characters. But between the two, if I had to choose a character, and again, I like Hawks. I'm not super crazy on him as like you are by comparison, but I do still like Hawks. But if I had to choose between the two characters for one of them to die, in terms of what would make the most sense, Miracle makes more sense than Hawks in a heartbeat. Because knowing Miracle, she would fucking rush headfirst into a battle and fucking die in the process. Like,
Bro. And like
it would make perfect sense for her to die mid-battle, but fucking, I mean, not that I'm saying Hawks wouldn't do the same per se, but like, between the two of them, it makes more sense that Miracle would go down swinging over Hawks.
yeah,
And Hawks didn't even go down swinging, he went down fucking standing on the
bro,
line.
he didn't even go anywhere. He was just recovering, bro. Why did they kill him? Like, it doesn't make sense from a writing standpoint. You're killing one of the pro heroes for what? Oh, because the villain took his quirk. Why? Now, I just want to reiterate. When have you seen? What? Oh, I can't wait to talk about the villains. I cannot wait. But
To talk about the villains.
I can't. You know what? I can't wait. We're talking about villains. I'm sick of All For One and his trash. He needs to go.
What are you talking about?
Oh my god.
All For
I'm
One
sick.
is the greatest villain in manga history, man.
Bro. I'll put my controller down. I'm sick of it. He killed my boy. Why in the he is basically like the stealer of all quirks, right? He's basically Boo, but trash. If you really think about it. Why did he need a quirk? For feathers. And I know how strong his quirk is, trust me. Hawks became a pro hero for a reason. His quirk is so wonderful. But All For One did not use his quirk once. What was he using? Freaking shock absorption, trying to get a FAP arm, just to beat All Might, and he still loses. It makes no sense. How are you the main villain and you can't even do that right? You got arrested. God. Now, it's bad because All For One, high key, and say what you want about All For One. He is obviously trash, garbage, dog shit. But he had one of the best introductions to a villain.
In terms of villain introductions, I mean, bro, the entire, not entire, but the few characters, like the students that were there, they literally were shitting bricks because in their minds, they step out and they instantly die. That's literally all that they felt.
And the worst part is, at the time, you couldn't even think about, oh god, he might have a quirk that tells him that we're here. He could have any quirk, bro. That's a beautiful introduction. But you want to know what hurts that
Like, you felt
introduction?
it.
You want to know what hurts?
Mm-hmm.
The fact that he didn't kill. He didn't kill
Yeah.
a fucker with jeans. You telling me you couldn't kill somebody with jeans? Think of it. Bro, you are the #1 villain. #1. This is the guy who All Might has to constantly be wary of because of how good he is, how broken he is. He can get any devil fruit, not devil fruit, any quirk he wants. And he can't kill somebody with jeans on?
Okay, sorry, I muted myself again for a second.
It's fine.
What did you last say? I heard the start of what you said.
But the fact that he's the #1 villain.
Oh,
literally,
like the killing. Right.
There is no way you can't kill a dude with jeans.
The fact that Best Jeans survives and makes literally like to me, that the scene when All for One attacks Best Jeans is literally the equivalent of Frieza shooting Vegeta in the chest. Like, that should have been a kill shot.
That was a kill shot.
And that was a good moment. That was a good moment.
And again, he made
so
his introduction even better because it's like he just killed right then and there. He just killed a.
He's number 4, right? Isn't Best Jeans number 4?
Oh my god.
I think he's number 4.
Oh, that makes me more pissed.
I think he's number 4. He's either no, he has to be 4 because Miriko's 5, Hawks was 3rd. Yeah, because it was no, because it would have been All Might, Endeavor. I think Hawks was 3. I think Genus was 4. I think, yeah. And I guess Miriko was 5. I don't know. Regardless, he was in the top 5. I know for a fact he was in the top 5.
He was in the top 5. Now, what makes this worse is because he survived. And because of that, Genus actually did way more than a large amount of the heroes with jeans.
With jeans.
Like
in terms of after that point or during that like scuffle.
Honestly, both. If we're being honest, because
I mean,
the
bro,
fact that he survived by himself is crazy.
Didn't All for One fucking AOE the area and who was there? It was was it the Tiger Dude? The Tiger Dude, Mount Lady,
Kamui Woods. Yeah.
Was Kamui there? I forget if Kamui was. I remember it was Mount Lady.
Wasn't Edshot there?
I don't remember who was specific. I remember because we all remember when he walked out of the fucking darkness and they literally just nuked the area.
Yeah.
I just forget who was in that vicinity besides Best Jeans and Mount Lady. No. Hold on, I can look it up. I forgore. Hold on.
Man, but another thing that makes it weird, and to talk about the heroes once again, Kamui Woods, he actually tries to be a good hero, but like, there are just people who can do his job better. The Mountain Lady just being tall, and also Mountain Lady, Best Jeanist, Mirko, and Hawks. Those 4 put in work. Another one that put in work is Cementos. High key.
When? You have to tell me when because I don't remember.
Cementos?
Yes.
Wasn't he putting in work against all the villains that broke out of prison? I'm forgetting.
I think so.
Maybe.
Also, I'm just looking.
Oh, you know what? That's another trash thing. Bro, you have all of the most dangerous criminals in a prison. Why do you not have better security? Who's in charge of that?
Yeah, bro. I couldn't even fucking tell you, man.
And I know, man, All For One is still garbage. But you know, one of the good villains, quote unquote, is Shigaraki. Shigaraki, for a up to a certain point, Shigaraki was one of the best villains in My Hero. Honestly, I think he still is. But when he got fused with All For One, all of his writing started to just slowly dwindle. Because now, I think they're gonna try to make him a good guy. I don't know. That's where the current state of My Hero is so weird. Oh, you know what? That's another thing. All For One stole a boy's body. For what reason? When he can just make his body again.
I don't really understand the idea. Besides, I think truly he was only doing it because of the fact that it just treads all over All Might and his master and his family and all that shit. Like, I think it's literally sadism, but he doesn't seem to quote unquote enjoy it. He gets annoyed anytime that like Shigaraki does something wrong, at least post stealing his body. So I don't fully get it. Like, it's more like a plan going awry, which I guess technically it is, but like, I don't know.
It's just bad, bro. Like, the writing in My Hero has dwindled and it showed. Because why is Eri? Oh my god. Why can Eri's quirk still work without her being there?
Oh yeah, we gotta talk about. Someone mentioned it in chat about Deku getting his arms back, but we may as well talk about that because that was the most recent thing that really solidified that. Yeah, we need to talk about this. The writing when it comes to just the like course of actions, because it truly feels like every bad thing that happens to any of the main characters has zero consequence in this war that's currently happening. Bakugo fucking dies, he doesn't die. All Might fights All For One and almost dies. Bakugo saves him. Deku loses both of his arms. Fucking Aizawa comes in out of a fucking portal, which has yet to be explained, with Ares' horn, which somehow still works when it is not attached to her body.
And that does beg the question, so quirks can work without people being there? What are we doing?
Like, I understand if the logic is supposed to be that, because again, it was explained like forever ago that Ares' like rewind shit is an energy-based quirk, so you have to wait for the energy to build up to be able to use it. Because that mimic dude tried to copy it to see if he could use it, and it just was dead the second he copied it. But like, I don't care if it's energy or not. We're not talking about fucking Dragon Ball with the goddamn passing a spirit bomb or giving energy or some shit.
Yep.
Like, this is somebody's quirk. Last I checked, it only works when the person is physically, you know, doing something with it. And if the quirk is a part of their body, then it's a part of their body. Like, I didn't think there was a debate when it came to this.
But somehow there is. Oh, and my god, like there's so much dumb stuff that. Why did All For One turn into Mora? He just merged with the freaking planet.
He literally I don't even know. I think I guess it was happening, right? Like that wasn't a hallucination. I think. I don't think it was.
I pray it was a hallucination.
I hope it's a hallucination because, like, because again, if that isn't, then that okay. Listen. Even if this All For One we're seeing is supposed to be the All For One that's inside of Shigaraki, you know, the whole like, what would be the word, like the inner world type shit, like how Deku is with One For All, which I don't fully understand why. I guess because they're a pair, I guess it technically makes sense.
Yeah.
that same thing applies to Shigaraki, but I'm pretty sure that was just because he was given the quirk artificially. Because it wasn't, because All for One didn't pass the quirk on to him. They made a copy of the quirk and then gave it to Shigaraki, which makes sense, but then him having an inner world with All for One like Deku has makes no sense if that's the case.
Yeah.
Like, because the whole point, of, I think, of Deku even having the whole inner world shit, which, might I add, I just realized is just a blatant ripoff of Zanpakuto inner worlds, that I only just realized that. But, Deku has that because that initial quirk, the whole purpose of the quirk was passing it from one person to the next, and I guess that kind of links the people together, which that I understand, but One for All doesn't have that. His quirk is just stealing quirks and being able to then give them out to other people.
Yeah,
that's its only ability.
It wouldn't make sense if it happened like that. So,
like, regardless, even if that isn't the case, but what I was going to say, I was trying to go back to that, but even if that isn't the case, and this All for One we're seeing is like the Shigaraki All for One, Hawk still died for nothing either way. Like,
yeah,
him being the original All for One being alive makes it worse, but him not being alive doesn't make it any better. Okay, just saying that right now. So going back to Shigaraki. Oh my god. Shigaraki was I wouldn't say he was a great villain, but he was a pretty decent villain, especially during the My Villain Academia arc, was I think when he really started to shine. And then it was all taken away in the span of one raid.
Which is crazy.
Not even one raid. It was after the raid, right? I think when Shigaraki initially got All for One, it was relatively okay. It was when they started showing signs of the fact that there was two of them, is when, oh no.
Yes.
That is when that happened. Because Shigaraki, I mean, at this point, we're just waiting for him to turn All for One. Like, it's going to be the most cliched shit I've ever seen. And I wouldn't even say it's a, quote, bad thing, but it's like My Hero has been trying to subvert expectations all the time that, whatchamacallit, have provided nothing to the story, but it looks like they're going to keep one trope that also provides nothing to the story. Like, I would have rather Deku actually fucking killed Shigaraki out of necessity rather than talk no jutsuing him, because that would have actually been something interesting. Meanwhile, you have fucking Bakugo and All Might fucking surviving these fucking things when they shouldn't have. Like with All Might living specifically, beyond the fact that I've already said that All Might has outlived his usefulness in the story as much as I like his character, but the fact that he was literally going to die and he was only saved, from what I can assume, purely because, Horikoshi didn't want to continue or feed into the master dying trope, but counterpoint, All Might living also provides nothing to the story, so what should we prove by keeping him alive?
That he should have just did it. He should have just did it. Like, every anime eventually does that, where they kill the master off and do a good send-off. Naruto did it. Has Bleach done it? I don't think Bleach has done that. Yeah, Bleach hasn't.
I'm trying to think.
Ichibei?
I would say the only one that's close, as short-lived as it is, no, Unohana.
Yeah.
That's the closest thing to it, and that was short-lived and more so kind of, not annoying, but man, fuck, why did she die right now sort of moment was the only really bad thing about that. But that's the closest thing I could think of to Bleach when it comes to a quote-unquote master dying. Like, that's the only one I could think of. Or,
that's,
actually, no. Better example. Zangetsu, stepping back from Ichigo.
Yeah, that was a good stuff.
That one is probably more relevant, also because it involves the main character, so. Like, by comparison, it's just like, Yeah, no, that is a perfect comparison. Like, Bleach has it as well, but My Hero just doesn't want to do it because it's cliche. Like,
Yeah.
I don't understand.
I'm sorry. When did Hawks die? Hawks died in the current story in the manga.
He died like a few
So,
chapters ago.
so let me just let you know the way he died.
Set the scene.
The the way he died, right? So,
One of the worst deaths in anime history, and I'll get on that in a second.
bro, first off, he died because All for One got beaten by Bakugo, who should be dead, but was resurrected because a man went inside him and repaired his body. And then that same man came out and he is now alive. Which, but that's another thing. That's another thing.
Wait, is Edshot not dead?
No, he's alive.
What?
Yeah.
That's a new one to me. I didn't know about that.
Yeah.
Oh my god, that's even worse now.
Hold on. Let me just make sure. I'm pretty sure.
Actually,
yeah, he's alive. He's alive. Yeah.
Wow. Oh, okay. Okay. To be honest, I'd say it's probably better that he's alive. Okay, let's keep it a buck. Him dying the way he would have for saving Bakugo would have been the stupidest shit in the world, considering no one cares about this character. And also, it just saved Bakugo from dying in the weirdest way fucking possible. But at the same time, I don't like the fact that Bakugo fucking survived, so I don't really care.
What made it worse is that, bro, when was the last time we heard about anything Edshot related? We haven't.
That should tell you all that. I can't think of anything.
Bro. But like that makes it even worse. This man.
But anyway, continuing with All for One.
But yeah. All for One loses because of, I think, Bakugo like 1v1 him. Deku was
to my recollection, okay, now I don't know how this happened, but All for One at some point, this happened before this, he somehow got I think it was a copy of Ares' quirk.
Yes.
So the rewind quirk, so he was able to bring his body back to his youthful self.
Which, by the way, how did he get that? But
I don't know, because that would imply that he stole Ares. Oh, I remember. I think it was something so stupid. It makes sense, but it's so out of left field. I think they got it from one of those stupid fucking bullet thingies from the Overhaul arc, because Ares' DNA was inside of it. I think it was that.
That's so stupid. But...
It makes sense, but it's still stupid. But anyway. So
Hawks is recovering, right?
Mm-hmm.
And at the time, he finally recovered and got enough strength to get back up. And then right when he gets back up, when he's fully recovered, his body just starts to degrade. Why, you may ask? Because All for One, for some fucking reason, took his quirk and he dies. But it doesn't stop there, because All for One lives and then merge with the planet. He literally becomes Moro. Like, I don't... No amount of quirks can explain what he was doing.
It's called plot convenience.
With the stupid plot, bro.
And I still don't understand. So the whole thing with All for One, I don't know how it happened, but somehow in the midst of his fight with Bakugo, I don't even understand how it happened. But I guess TLDR, basically, Ares' rewind quirk just fucking unalives him. And by unalives, I mean literally unalives him. He literally reverts back into like an embryo or whatever the fuck and just stops existing. But what I don't understand is, how does that affect Hawks? He stole his quirk. He stole his quirk, but it's not attached to him anymore. it's All for One's quirk now. How does that affect another person? I don't. It doesn't make any sense to me. Do you know how many people? I don't know how many people that All for One has taken the quirk of are still alive. But do you know how many people are just blipped out of existence if that's the case?
Yeah, and I need confirmation on other characters who stole the quirk of if they're still alive. I need confirmation on if they're alive, because if they're not,
No, you're trying.
I don't know. Did Ragdoll ever? Didn't she get her quirk back? I don't remember. I don't remember how it happened. I have to like fact check that.
that. Oh god.
Let me actually fact check. Hold on.
Wait,
I
did
still
she
have the
ever?
wiki pulled up.
Wait,
I
actually,
think she did. I just don't remember.
what was Ragdoll's quirk again?
Search. I think, what was it? She could keep track of 100 people in a radius. That's basically it.
Wait. I swear. Okay, I'm gonna tell you this right now.
No,
Why?
it says she's currently quirkless. So,
That means he still has her quirk,
well,
and she's alive.
Yeah, yes. I was thinking, no, because I was thinking about the stupid Stars and Stripes thing, but that was with Shiggy. So any of the quirks that Shiggy lost wouldn't affect any of the quirks that All for One had. So it's anything that All for One had, which technically should include Ragdoll's quirk. So if she's still alive, then that makes no sense.
Oh my god! Stars and
And
Stripes.
yes, I brought up
has her
Stars and Stripes because we didn't bring her up already, and it was a good segment.
Look. Her is another.
Shall we say one of the worst character introductions ever? Not even because the introduction was bad, was because she died 6 chapters later.
Bro, her introduction is 1 chapter. She has a fight and dies.
And
That's her whole story. And then says,
And we got her
"Oh
backstory
my,
right as she dies.
oh
As if
my,
that
this
isn't
is for
cliche
you."
enough.
How is this for all my?
This is for you. Fucking kills herself instead of coming up with a plan.
And also that chapter also begs the question on like how quirks are still active even if the user.
Yeah, because her fucking quirk decided to go. Well, I was trying to think of a funny word, but I guess I'll just say ape shit after she died.
Yeah.
Because apparently she can. What's her quirk called? New Order, right?
Yeah,
She
New
can
Order.
Order her own quirk to destroy other quirks within a person's body. What? Huh?
Bro,
What?
she got rid of an atmosphere. Think about that.
To be honest, Stars and Stripes is the manga Squad Zero of My Hero Academia.
And it's crazy how it's just one character. And the thing
A
is,
single character.
the most broken character, like high key, if she was she could literally be #1 hero in like My Hero right now. I mean, she is for like the U.S., but apparently,
I mean, let's keep it
US
an
is
entire.
trash.
If we gauge the entire hero cast at the time of her not death before she died, I'm gonna have to keep it an entire buck. She's probably the strongest, and the second one would probably be between Endeavor and Deku. Like literally,
honestly,
it literally goes Stars and Stripes, Gap, Endeavor, Deku.
I'm putting Deku over Endeavor.
Well, yeah, at this point, I'm talking about when it happened.
Yeah, I'm only saying Endeavor because, well, Deku over Endeavor mainly because it takes a while for him to charge.
True.
And
But anyway,
he knows about that weakness.
yeah.
So he has to rely on everyone else, and it's like, yo, if you can only do that, freaking.
I mean, at least
All
he's
Might.
smart enough to know that he has a gauge on his limits.
All Might was doing more than him. Just really think about that. Oh, now let's just
And
talk
like
about
when
this
it comes to
trash bag.
Stars, Yeah. So, where, where shall we begin? I guess with the
You,
fact that she somehow lost with the single most broken quirk in the series that isn't all for one and one for all.
yeah, yeah. Let's talk about that.
Like, I don't know if I want to. I don't know if I want to confidently say that New Order is above either of the two. At the very least, it's not over one for all. It might be over all for one in terms of just because considering the fact that she can literally just say, if you move from the spot, your heart stops. Yeah, like I got it. Like,
No,
okay.
because really, if you think about it, she could literally say if you use a quirk, your heart stops. She could literally say that to All for One. Think about that. Which why
Yeah,
didn't she say that? Oh my god.
it still wouldn't have worked because she would have referred to him as Shigaraki, so it wouldn't have applied. Which might okay. The one thing I want to say, and I've said this to a friend before, when it comes to Stars and Stripes, I I do not blame Stars and Stripes herself for losing in that one moment because I understand. She did not know that there were two people inside of Shigaraki's body. I get that. But my point is that she put herself in that situation by going to fucking attack the fucking giga villain by herself with no plan besides I'm a beat him. Like I'm dying over here. Like I don't understand.
No. I'm with you. 100%.
Like again, I get it. It makes sense. But that doesn't mean it's not fucking trash.
Bro.
Like
And the thing is, the worst part is she really thought she could just take out whatever villain. I understand you have a broken quirk, but if you don't know what this person
but it's called
does,
ego.
bro,
Ego.
bro, she's worse than All Might. And the worst part is, she died saying, "Oh yeah, All Might, this is for you." What are you doing? You just died and let the enemy get your quirk. What's the? How does that help anybody?
The thing is, okay, realistically, as much as I say she didn't do anything, technically, yeah, she did do something, which was she caused Shigaraki's All for One. Not the original, but the Shigaraki All for One fusion bullshit. To lose a bunch of his quirks, which, might I add, I don't think they ever fully explain which ones he lost, or at least not in depth. Not that I'm expecting, because I mean, God knows how many quirks All for One had at the time that were then given to Shigaraki.
I don't really think that did much.
It's hard to gauge how much of an impact she truly had when we don't really get to see that much of a difference between Shigaraki's strength before and after fighting Stars and Stripes. And also, direct comparison, not even to something outside of My Hero. Let's directly compare Stars and Stripes and what she did to something that Mirako did in literally the previous fucking arc. So, both Mirako and Stars fucking, did something last fucking second to try and stop Shigaraki. Mirako stopping Shigaraki from being 100% complete, and then Stars in the middle of fucking dying, might I add, making it so that her quirk fucking self-destruct some of other of Shigaraki's quirks. But the difference between the two of them is that one of them was just a complete fucking plot device, because Stars and Stripes literally was introduced, fought, and died for the sole purpose of nerfing Shigaraki. And while Mirako didn't die after her encounter, which is a difference to be fair, but at the very least what she did actually had an impact, because if Shigaraki was at 100% when his stupid merging thing happened, he would have killed every single person that was on that battlefield. Unironically.
And
like, you go on.
There's something else that's bad about this. Oh wait, Usher, was that you? I'm sorry. I kept putting you in a hole with Fujitora's ability. I'm sorry. But what makes this worse, right, is yes, half of the quirks that Shigaraki slash All for One, trust but half of the quirks are gone. But think about it. No matter, he still got her quirk.
Mm, that part I do have to correct you on, because at least to my knowledge, the quirk, I don't understand how it happened, but quote unquote, the quirk self-destructed after a while and just stopped existing. So again, leads into the point of the fact that she was literally just there as a plot device to nerf Shigaraki. Because he doesn't even get to keep the quirk afterwards.
And you know what makes this worse? She could have technically did this without dying.
She could have. I mean, to be honest, when you could just fucking remove the atmosphere, I don't really understand how you lose in that situation.
Bro, and the thing is, she didn't lose to any other quirk besides Shigaraki's decay. All she had to do was not.
To be honest, that is kind of wild. Like, didn't he literally use like no other quirks besides that? Maybe the ranged one. I don't remember. But
he was gonna use them, but she canceled them all out. All he did was use his quirk. She got touched once and was done.
And I had to look this up because my friend, he was confused about it, because I also wasn't even sure about it either. And I was just like, well, why didn't Stars and Stripes just use her quirk to make it so that her body couldn't disintegrate or some shit? And I had to look it up, and apparently, when it comes to, because she, what's the word? Because she has what? She can use her quirk 2 times.
Yeah.
And one of the 2 she always uses to give herself super strength and shit, so, which is like under All Might's level of strength, but it's like good enough. And then the other instance of it she just uses for whatever she wants. And apparently she, I don't know if she tried, but apparently, like, again, she gives herself like super strength, super durability, yada yada. But apparently it caps at not being able to tank Shigaraki's decay. Which is like, I guess that makes sense, but if that's the case, why would you risk it when you know he has that quirk and you know that you can't tank it?
And especially, I'm still on the fact that she didn't even need to get close to him. She didn't even.
I forget. How did Shigaraki escape the atmosphere thing? Did he just fly down?
I think he did. It was either that or like he used the quirk to like allow himself to breathe or something. I don't know.
I don't know. Realistically, why did he just make it to that the atmosphere around fucking Shigaraki's head does not exist? Like, couldn't she just fucking re-room and he just can't breathe forever? Like a fucking bubble or some shit?
Or like something that involves Shigaraki's throat being not inhaling or exhaling for a set amount of time.
Like, I don't know, man.
Bro, just anything to kill this dude. Like, she didn't even try to kill him.
The one time she did, again, I understand her losing because of that, as stupid as it is not really a fault of her not knowing, but she shouldn't have been there to begin with. So, it's still kind of her fault in the end, just not for the same reason.
Just know, everything that happened to her is all her fault.
Yep. And the fact that I get that All Might's not a good teacher, but the fact that she went in there with no plan, with just no fucking, what would be the word? Cause for caution, and just instantly died, it's just like, wow, you are intelligent, aren't you? Like, bro.
And the thing is, oh my god, she's supposed to be the #1 pro hero for the United States of America. And she, before going there, decides, oh yeah, I'm just gonna fight the guy. I'm just gonna fight whoever it is. You decide with I'm pretty sure like military leaders or whatever.
I'm pretty sure they all decided that they weren't gonna do anything, and she was just like, "Nah, peace." Fucking writing on a what are those things called? Not minesweeper. Fucking like the bomber jets, whatever those fucking things are called.
Wait, Aurora? Oh, it's been a while. How are you? Aurora.
Hello.
Aurora. No, Falcon. I can't speak.
Nice. 10 out of 10 English.
Thank you. Now, what is something else that I personally dislike? To talk about the trash that is called All for One, once again.
Wow. He's so bad we needed 2 segments on him.
Look, man. Okay, so I just want to reiterate. What was the first thing that he did in the anime that was considered villainy?
On screen?
Yeah,
like
on
maliciously?
Screen. Yeah, on screen.
Attacking the pro heroes, that was about it. I guess stealing Ragdoll's quirk, but that was off screen, so that doesn't count.
Oh, what's up, Bean? How you doing, man? Great to see you.
Yeah, All for One doesn't really do much on-screen in villainy. He's the off-screen wonder.
Which is crazy, because all of his villainy is off-screen.
And it's not even that... Well, I don't want to say not bad, but... We're not talking... Like, he's like the fucking criminal overlord, and he apparently just has not killed anybody on screen.
Yeah,
like
and
ever.
He's chilling.
And the one time he did it was a fucking... A stray bullet with hawks.
Literally.
Fuck. It's so bad. I'm dying.
Oh my god. And pretty bad? What's up, Aurora? I mean, yeah, I'm just gonna call you Aurora instead of Bean.
Bean.
Okay. Now, another thing that makes All for One a trash villain, right? And
he overstayed his welcome.
No, he got arrested.
Yeah. The fact that he didn't fucking die is so stupid. Like, to be honest, now that I think about it, why didn't any of us realize that him not dying and being arrested was just the most obvious sign in the world that he was going to break out at some point, now that I really think about it? Like, I only just thought about it, but like, I did not suspect a thing when we realized that he didn't die. And I was just like, okay, I guess he's in prison, but like, how practical is that? He's over 100 years old as it is. He's probably gonna live fucking forever on some eyes and shit. So it's just like, it was so obvious from the get-go after that battle that he was gonna do some shit later. And that should have been enough for us to realize how that was villain. He just is not at all terrible, garbage,
bro,
in the trash.
And like, the thing is, I get he's the #1 villain, right? But the #1 villain shouldn't be losing like this. Because he now granted he did lose to All Might, which is fine. But the fact that most of the time he's getting beat by Deku, who hasn't even mastered any of his quirks at the time.
Oh yeah, we still have to talk about more in depth. Wait, I guess we already did talk about Deku. I guess we didn't talk about Deku from the quirk avenue. We just talked about how trash it is that he has a quirk to begin with, right? Which I guess would lead into that.
It was trash that he does have a quirk, and like the whole premise of My Hero is you can be a hero if you're special. Because the premise should be, even if you're not special, you can be a hero. That should.
Yeah, that would be the better word, I think.
Because the thing is, Deku was literally just a dude.
He was just a boy.
Yeah, and then he had to swallow. Oh my god! But
Bro, wording.
I mean, hey,
It's not
literally what happened.
inaccurate, but that pause was crazy.
Yeah, because I had that stuff. I was laughing.
Regardless, he got a quirk from fucking handed to him on a silver platter, and that was already bad enough. But I would be willing to accept it if that was kind of it, as
Yeah.
bland as his quirk is. Like, I would be okay with it, but then they decided to make him the quirk avatar, even worse than Avatar because there's more than fucking 4 of them.
Yeah.
No, you know what he is? He has the quirk Omnitrix. Yeah.
You know what? Yeah, yeah. And then
I mean, he's not
all
at
for
10
one is just
yet.
albedo at that point.
He's not at 10. He's pretty close. Isn't I forget?
I think he's like 6 or 7.
In terms of, I think it's 7 or 8. I forget because the first guy's quirk is just a passing thing. All Might didn't have one, and he didn't have one. So, and he's user 9, so that leaves 6, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's 6 quirks from the second guy up until Nana. So that's 6 quirks.
Honestly,
I guess we'll plus the super strength quirk, which was the baseline. So 7.
Yeah,
It's
baseline.
7.
Okay, then he got the whip, which I
The
mean,
whip was cool, but again, it was stupid that he even had a second quirk to begin with.
Yeah. What was the? Oh yeah, he had that gear squirt.
That one was recent, and I still don't fully get how it works, but it's broken, and I hate it.
I'll be real.
Like,
he stole that from me.
he could like fucking. What is I don't even remember. It was a complicated ass fucking thing, but it's like he could like increase or decrease something's. I think it's velocity or something. So like if he punches someone, he can make them fly like 50 times faster, or the opposite and slow them down. I don't even remember. I don't remember. Just let it end.
Trust me, it's better if you don't.
But he also has a smoke screen, which is fucking stupid. He could fly, which is also fucking stupid.
Wait, if he could fly, oh yeah, that's another thing. If he could fly,
he has danger sense, which
Danger sense.
I mean, I get that
Spidey
Horikoshi's a
sense.
fan of Spider-Man, but that is a bit wild.
bro. At this point,
and then he
Deku
has
is just
Fajin.
Spider-Man.
And then he has Fajin, which is just built up energy. Yeah, built up kinetic energy. That's the one. Which I don't fully get why he needs that, because his super strength quirk is already built up power. Why did he
doesn't
need
need
built up
anything
kinetic energy?
That
Like, I don't really
involves
get
energy.
that.
Plus, with all the other trash quirks in My Hero, you couldn't give any of the other trash people like a good devil. I mean, not devil fruit. Quirk. That's crazy.
Yeah, I don't know. Okay, I'm gonna have to go in like about nowish. I have to
Okay.
go to dinner, but I just want to say,
Yeah.
a final note from me, because I've
Final note.
talked about pretty much everything I wanted to, talk about. But I just want to say, when it comes to My Hero, like, I used to be a fan of this anime because I thought it was pretty cool at the time. Like, it was just a new thing. I liked some of the characters. The powers were interesting. But man, it's just like, it's gone on for too long. That's the real thing. And as I've said before, when My Hero is in its bag, it is in its bag. Because let me tell you something, okay? Now let me tell you something. I'm a wrath over here. Like, okay, I forget when the movie came out, but it was the movie with the fucking, what was the villain's name? 9?
Oh,
We're on
yeah,
the island.
9.
And it was just the students. That movie. I'm pretty sure that movie came out. I think it was already past the point. I think, was it after Stars and Stripes? I don't remember. I want to say it was. It may have not been.
No, it was before after. It was before Stars and Stripes. Yeah, it was before.
Okay, it was before, but to be fair, I was already kind of waning on the series a little bit before then, because I just was kind of getting tired, I guess would be the best way to put it. But regardless of when it came out, And also, it doesn't even matter because my point is still going to stand. That movie, unironically, is better than pretty much all of the current arcs put together in terms of both story and in terms of impact. Because I'm going to keep it an entire buck. I don't know what ending My Hero is going to have by the end of this arc. Not necessarily if there's a time skip, but whatever the ending of the actual arc is for this war, right? Whatever it is. Don't care what it is. The ending for that movie, before the retcon to sort of bring it back to the status quo because it was non-canon, so taking that part out of account. Mm-hmm. But the ending of that movie, when Deku fucking sacrificed his quirk to be able to save everybody, the quirk that he wanted for so fucking long, just so that he can save everyone, was fucking amazing. Okay? Like, actually, God tier. Because that shit, if My Hero ended right there, that'd have been a good ending for that series.
And also, Nine is a better villain than All Might. I mean, not All Might, All for One. Will always be.
To be honest, I can't remember 9. I thought he was pretty cool, but regardless.
Yeah, he had 9 quirks.
Right, yeah.
And
at least it was more restrained than fucking All for One, but yeah.
And the thing is, there's no problem with it not being restrained, but the fact that he only uses the same, 6 quirks.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
What is the point of you having any other quirk? You should also stream on Twitch right now. After this stream, I'm going to be streaming on Twitch.
Yeah. And also, I like that movie because unlike the main fucking series, that movie, to my recollection, everybody actually did something in that movie, which is stunning because that literally never fucking happens. And also, the other thing I almost forgot to mention with that movie as well. Everybody did something because it was only the students that were on the island, but they got their asses whooped, which actually makes sense because they aren't built like that, but I appreciate the fact that they tried, you know? Like...
Yes, agreed.
Bro, did you hear me slamming the table? You probably did.
I was like,
I'm sorry, I'm getting worked up, but it's just like, that movie is better than this entire war put together. Like, I don't give a goddamn shit, bro. Like,
you're right.
My Hero, like, again, it makes me feel things when it's in its bag. But that bag has fucking gotten soggy and rotten. Like, I can't eat it. Like, I don't want to read that shit. Like, I didn't read it for this stream, and I don't plan to.
I mean, trust me, just keep it the bad stuff is just... It gets worse.
The bad stuff outweighs any good that actually happens in recent times.
But don't say that to a My Hero fan, because they'll say, oh, you're just lying to yourself. My Hero's actually in a great state. Nah.
Yes, sure. Sure it is. Meanwhile, any other concurrent anime... Okay, I can't say any other, because I think... Isn't JJK kind of going up in smoke at the moment?
Currently, actually, JJK is in its bag right now.
Is it right now? I heard it was going up in smoke like a few
originally, yes, it was going in crazy smoke. But that was because things just started to get repetitive, but right now...
Was it all because of just Gojo dying, if he even actually died? That was the main one.
I mean, that was a big one, because fans were like, no, he should bring him back. How long did you stream it for? Let's see.
It's been about 2 hours. Not 2 hours.
Wait, yeah, actually, it's been 2 hours. Jesus. I'm probably gonna be again. I'll be ending probably in a few minutes.
This guy?
Yeah.
And I'm gonna be going to Twitch, but
okay. But yeah, that's all I wanted to say.
Currently in JJK, like right now, JJK is definitely in a better spot. Before, it was in hell of smoke. Because not only were the Gojo fans mad because their favorite character got killed, like they want him to resurrect them. This is the same thing that happened with Naruto. Oh yeah.
Are they? Is it just every chapter? They're like, this is going to be the chapter when Gojo comes back.
Yeah, they're sending him death threats. Just like how they did with Naruto when they killed Itachi.
And just like they did with Kubo with Byakuya, except that actually worked.
Yeah. Even
Which
though
is fucked up, considering what he was going through at the time. That was fucked up.
and also that kind of did ruin Byakuya a little for me because he got. It should have opened the door to show off other captains instead of Byakuya.
Yeah, like, I love Byakuya, and I like some of the moments that the very few moments that he had in the Thousand Year Blood War, which is crazy because the fact that they brought, to be honest, it's probably just a byproduct of the fact that Kubo had no intention of having Byakuya in that later part of the story, so he didn't get a full-on fight because it was not in his brain for that to happen. But I liked some of those moments, those few moments Byakuya had, but I would, like, the impact that him actually dying would have had to the story and to the characters far outshines any of those good moments that were there while he was still alive.
Agreed.
Post the Asnot fight.
Agreed.
It just sucks, but regardless, I'm gonna head out.
Alright.
Probably gonna get fucking yelled at because I should have been at dinner already, but I wanted to finish this conversation.
No worries, man. You have a good dinner.
Okay, I'll probably be in the chat for your Twitch stream, whatever it is. So.
Yeah, I'll be going to Twitch after.
Okay.
This. But
Okay, peace out,
man.
Peace.
What's worse, Gin? Okay, what's worse, Gin coming back or what they did with Byakuya? What they did with Byakuya. Gin coming back, I wouldn't have an issue with it.
And the remnants of the billboard when they first showed up to that little town they were in,
Like, personally,
was also that. Like, all they said this.
Byakuya living actually did
I only know that
ruin the
TikTok,
story
but
a little bit.
I didn't personally know this. But there was literally a TikTok about literally every single thing you found in the show that's found from the game. It was like, found in the game. Here's the cigarettes. Here's the thing. Here's the thing. Here's the thing. Here's the thing. It's here. It's there. It's here.
But yeah, what they did with Byakuya, because just look, Byakuya had a good death, great send-off. It showed the impact on Ichigo and the entire Soul Society. And when all this happened, it was a great time. But so many people were mad that Byakuya died because there were more Byakuya fans than anything else, which hurts because Byakuya should have stayed dead. And we should have got to see other captains in the forefront doing something. I mean, don't get me wrong, I'm glad Byakuya got some more sauce, like, that's cool, but the other captains need to do something. Most of them are useless. We don't even have Bankais for most of them, or honestly, half of the Shikais we don't even have a name for. Okay, now, Gin coming back, it could be whack. Honestly, it would be whack. But at the same time, Gin fans would be okay with it.
Oh yeah, isn't the water the most toxic?
See, what they could do is just use some Aizen Hogyoku BS being the reason Gin came back. And I mean, yeah, people would be mad about it, but we get to see more of Gin. Personally, I would love to see
I think he says it,
what an upgraded
show,
Bankai would be for Gin.
First rule of the wasteland.
Oh no, I'm not waiting. I'm about to end because, jeez, it's been 2 hours. Yeah, I'm gonna be switching to Twitch as well. But yeah, I wanted to do this stream, trashing my hero. And trust me, this is not the end. And Usher, and anybody who watches my YouTube streams, look, I'm gonna try to do YouTube more. It just depends on the background. Like, as long as the background isn't that loud, or they're not playing anything like copyright, I'll do another. And I actually wanted to low-key try to do a tournament for this game. And I know that sounds crazy, but we'll see. We'll see. Now, I thought about, like, if I were to do a tournament for this game, how would it work? I think for sure there's two ways I could do this. One could be one could be True Pirate Warriors tournament. Now, what that means is I load up with somebody from the chat, and you're basically doing verses between several people. We'll see who can clear it. Who can clear the game mode the fastest? Like, it would have to be a clear time on True Pirate Warrior. With limited characters?
One with no.
Yes. Well, I want to do one with limited characters and one with no limits. Because some people would want to play their favorite character. Now, I will say, if your build is crazy good and you could basically one-shot people, then this should be a breeze. But I also want to do strong people of the new
I
world.
got none of that. I saw and recognized the face, and I couldn't use them.
Obviously, I think bringing 3 people, like intervals of 3, person with the highest bounty, you know, they go up in the ranks.
For like 2, 3, 4 months, then they just go to shit. I just got them,
Yeah,
I got them off Amazon.
And the thing is, that's my problem, because, yeah, if people want to use Roger, that's okay, because, look, you can use Roger, somebody could come in with Whitebeard, and if that happens, then, so it's like, yeah, you can use Roger, you can use like any broken DLC character, but don't be mad when someone comes in with Whitebeard or any of the Yonko or Katakuri.
These are them.
So I'm actually excited for that. Like, that's gonna be cool.
That's what I'm thinking the box, because I don't see the cord's going bad. I mean, the cord is just a
Now,
cord.
next thing I wanted to do was maybe themes. Themes could be cool.
And for the first couple
Like,
few
we could
months, it was
do
great.
a Warlord theme, a Yonko theme, Straw Hat theme. Like, I think it could be cool. Or we could just do tournaments depending on the specific type. We could do a technique type tournament, power type tournament, sky type tournament, and speed type tournament. Now, will there be banned characters?
I got 2 charges, like.
I'm gonna tell you this.
It all came together.
If you use a giant type, I just hope you're good. Because the thing is, you can use a giant. Like, for example, Kaido, speed type. You can use a giant, but don't get mad if someone uses Katakuri and kills everything faster. What about who uses a certain character best? Okay, we could do that. That could work. A best in class. Like, for instance, me, I will not say I'm the best Crocodile, but I like playing Crocodile. I could put my build My build against someone else's. That could be something.
Yeah. I like the long
Build battles for the same character in Bounty. Be right back. Okay, Aurora.
Okay. Because I forget. Because I get one.
See, now this can work. This can work.
Best Buy, I spent like $95
Now,
for me and mom, right? And it lasted.
this is the tournament that I want to do.
So the box is good.
How would that work with OG Luffy? Okay, the way it would work with OG Luffy is if you're a bound man or snake man user.
Take a deep breath. Take a deep breath. It's okay. Phone is okay.
Yeah, if you use, we could do a best in class with bound men. Okay, sure. Hold on a second. Okay, I'm back. We can also pick a mission like Bounty 1 or instead of a clear time, we'll count the a kill count could be cool. You see, this is why, Usher, I would pray that special mods become for everybody. Because if that's the case, I would do truly freer than anyone, best of class. Well, different classes or specific characters. Who can get the biggest kill count? That could be cool. But yeah, we'll plan it as time progresses. Of course, Usher. The next stream that I do of this game, we'll do a makeshift tournament, and we'll see how that goes. And again, I won't participate. It's only whoever joins. Alright, so thank you all. I hope you all have a good rest of your day or night, whatever time zone. I am going to Twitch, and I am going to chill over there. I'm gonna be playing some Destiny, trying to max out my Warlock completely. So yeah, I'll see you all. Bye-bye. I won't be able to play for the whole week next week. Okay, Usher, I can do it again the week after. if that's the case. Just in case you want to be a part of it.
Oh, 'cause he's radioactive.
All right. See you.